I've never done it with the jaw hose before, so this should be interesting.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's too bad I have to do it so often here, but...
Mm-hmm.
The funny part about doing this is, like, you know, with the ground that we have, like, it's gonna take me all of 2 minutes before these things are dull and chipped and...
Mm-hmm. These are the blades that came with it though, right? The ones you prefer?
These are the originals, yeah. But, like, our ground is just so terrible here. It's so uneven and muddy and hilly and bumpy and rocky, and it's not like I'd rather put $100 worth of blades into the amount of time that we're here as opposed to, like, you know, $10,000 worth of landscaping where it's not our property. So it's just part of it. I think the deck and the blades are really paying for it. But it's kind of nice. Like, it's terrible because I have to sharpen them all the time if I want it to cut even half decently. But it's terrible because, sorry, it's terrible because I have to cut them all the time. But it's good because I don't have to be super perfectionist about, like, angles and smoothness and make sure that I'm wearing all the same, because, like, once we move and build our own spot, it'll be graded properly, and, you know, we won't be dealing with tractor ruts and hills and bumps and rocks and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so I'll just buy new blades and I'll redo the deck and that'll be that. But for now, this kind of works. And we got a new set of blades for it. These are the originals, the new blades are on it. And it was like 2 minutes in and they were all, I took a look at them after I mowed and they were just destroyed. Right now we're just trying to get something that kind of half resembles, you know, not even like sharp or flat, but like not huge gouges, because then you'll have spots where, like, if you drive in a straight line, you'll have lines of grass that it doesn't cut. So we're just trying to minimize some of that. But like I said, it won't take long, and it'll be doing the same thing. trying to not shave off too much to try to keep them for as long as I can. So, which is hard to do with some of these gouges. Like, I don't know if you can step out into the light. Like these, they turn out like that within the first couple of minutes. So we'll see what happens. I used to do this in the basement with the bench vise, and it would just be black dust from the metal, like metal shards everywhere, and I'd have to clean the whole bench afterwards, everything on the bench. So this is much easier. We also need this. Well, we don't need it, but it's a lot. This jaw horse is really handy to have, and I'm going to use it doing like rocker panels and stuff on the truck. So it's great to have up here. Lots of people will tell you got to be very perfectionistic about your angles and make sure you're sharpening them evenly and make sure that they're balanced and all that kind of stuff. But out here we're just on like a little farm and it's not our place, so I'm not worried about it. When I get a really nice place with a really nice lawn, then I'll show you a different technique. Right now we're just getting it down to a somewhat sharp steel. Some people say don't touch the back of the blade. Some people say give it a light grazing. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. This is what I do. Normally you'd want to make sure that that's all even, take those little grooves out. But like I said, within 2 minutes, it's all going to be damaged again anyway. So I'm just trying to make it so that I can get a decent cut out of it. And then the idea is that I'll have 2 sets of blades, so I can sharpen the other ones, throw them on, sharpen these ones, have them ready to go for next week. So again, you can see like how much damage there is. Ones that are on there right now are actually worse, but that gives you an idea. Yeah, if you're doing this for a living, you're probably cringing at what I'm doing. If you're a homeowner but you're a perfectionist, probably same thing. But if you're like me and you just want to get the job done, this is what I do. And it's crazy because, like, you know, I'll notice the first, if I go on a nice level surface where I know there's no rocks or anything, I'll show you how this works. I'll notice for the first, like, cut, it cuts amazingly, superbly. But our property is so messed up, landscape-wise and grading-wise, that you can't be effective with your time and have it look immaculate and save your equipment. So it's definitely not what I recommend doing. It's just, I'm just showing you what I do. But I will show you this jaw horse that I have is a Rockwell. It's an RK9003 jaw horse. So basically this slides and it works just like a vise or a sawhorse. It's kind of that's why they call it a jaw horse. But basically you put something in between and it's actually very, very strong. You flip this down from unlock to lock and then push with your foot, and wherever you stop, it's locked. And you get it undone, you put it up to unlock, push down, and then it's released. So again, to lock it. And there's videos of guys putting ladders in a vertical state and climbing up the ladder. They're really, really, really strong. So it's great if you're a one-man show, but you need an extra hand. It's really handy for that. Again, lots of guys will tell you, like, try to stay with the original curves. I try to, but it's really hard because some of the damage is just so deep. It's really difficult to keep the same curve lines. So when I'm doing it, I try to work with the blade wherever I can. I try to keep somewhat of the same, like, grading or degree as the original degree, but it's easier said than done sometimes. So, but now they should cut, and that's what we're looking for. So.
High enough?
Yeah. Okay. And then get these. Okay. These are the fast attach blades, and they're absolutely terrible. Somebody on the channel told me to change these out with a different one from a different mower that's not fast attach. I have the part number somewhere. I'll try to put it up on the screen here. And when I have an extra $200 or so, I will absolutely do that. It's also recommended that you clean it after every use, which obviously I did not. But these are the new blades, and you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, but you can see how they're toast already, and that was just one mow. It's one blade on one mow, but they're all like that. So these fast attach ones are absolute garbage. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, but you just push up on this and then twist your blade around to where it opens. So basically your hole and your blade will line up with this guy. And then it should just wiggly off there. So that hole has to line up with this perfectly to get them off. And that's why it's important that you clean everything, even in around here. There's lots of little spaces so that your collar or whatever that's called, spindle, will actually release the blade. And then it just twists. Give it the wiggly jiggly.
So what are you pushing up on?
What?
What are you pushing up on?
This piece here.
The circular kind of part?
Yep. And you have to, like, you can't push up one side. You have to really push on both sides. Mm-hmm. And basically these little pins here, I don't know if you can see it, but they line up with these holes in the blade.
Say that again?
So like, so when that twists, these little pins go in these holes here in the blade, and that's what locks it. So all you're doing is essentially lifting up these little pins out of the hole so that you can twist the blade around and line this chunky part up with the hole, the big hole in here, and then it slides right off. But that's all you're doing is lifting those locking pins out of the hole so that you can twist the blade. Do the same thing over here. Oh, if I can. And then these ones, they're a little different type of blade, but they work the exact same way. You just do the reverse. So when you're sliding it on, you want to line this up just like so, and then push up and then twist it, and you should see those little pins locked down in these holes. So you'll see like this starts to twist, you line this up and twist it. So now that collar is locked up, and all we're going to do is twist it until you see those pins, and they should lock. Actually, you can hear them click down and see them down below the blade. And so between this and these little pins, it's secure until you push up on this outer piece here, and then you'll see the pins lift out of those holes, and then you can slide this around and take it off. But when you're putting it on, you want to make sure that they actually lock down in. And then I'll put the other two on. And this one. And you want to make sure that the blades are all going in the same direction, in the cutting direction. But it's pretty user friendly because this piece is cut in such a way that you can really only do it one way. So really I should be taking advantage of this time to clean this out, which I'll probably do a little bit of, but it needs a really good cleaning.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll get you another one. And if you're looking for tools, all I use is an ice scraper, a little hand ice scraper, and an old flathead screwdriver. This is really good for the spindles and like tight areas or stuff that's really caked on, and this is good for the big areas. Again, I'm not going for perfection on this one because it's going out to mow in another minute or two, so we're just gonna collect more. But then I'll try to give it a good cleaning after this. And there is a hose connector that you can use, but I always found it wasn't the greatest. I always found this method better as long as you actually do it, which obviously I haven't done. But when you do this method, I find it a lot better. And I got one more over here. Where did I put that screwdriver? Let me try those. So this is where you would put that hose connector on there. But I've tried it a few times and I don't think it works very well. I usually give it a spray down. I haven't again in a while, but
Today might be a nice day for that. It's hot out.
today could be a really good day for a good spray down after we're done.
Tikka will join you.
And then I let it dry off so it doesn't rust as easily, and then put it away. I'm gonna cut it a little higher this time and see if I notice any difference with the blades. Because I do tend to cut it pretty short.
That'll be good because it'll protect it from the dry heat too.
Yeah.
So I don't know when we're supposed to get rain next.
Yeah.
Does it show you where it filled you up to?
Yep. I don't know if you can see it, and then I put the light away, but we're right about here. Somewhere around there. We're almost completely full.
Was it completely dry?
Nope. Nope. I don't know how many liters that tank is, but... Put music on, headphones. Country love songs. Spotify. Alright. We'll see if it works, or how long it works for. So it's the next morning, but I just wanted to let you know that I lifted the blades up a little bit from what I normally do, and it worked a lot better.